What's up, y'all? Talon here. Today I'm back with another series of battles featuring new teams in the Regulation F metagame. I want to thank the team creator for this, but unfortunately this is one of the rare times where I actually didn't note where I got this team from. Usually I'm pretty good about finding it in my likes or finding it on Twitter, but I did not note it down, so I'm going to try and find it after this video and leave that in the description below, as well as update their Twitter in either the comments or the description. I do have the PokePaste with the EV spreads in the description and the rental code in the top right of the video, so if you want to try the team for yourself, please check those out. If you enjoy the videos, please subscribe to the channel. With all that being said, let's get into the breakdown of the team. So this is a very interesting team, basically based around setting up electric terrain for the Quark Drive Pokemon, as well as benefiting the Raging Bolt with the electric terrain. Even though it can't benefit from the Photosynthesis, you can set up the electric terrain to boost its otherwise strong electric attacks, as well as rising voltage. You also can set up Sunny Day on a Thundurus to boost the Photosynthesis on the Raging Bolt, as well as the fire type damage on the Blaziken. So a lot of cool setups here on this team. We'll go into some of the details of each individual Pokemon now. Raikou is taking advantage of its inner focus ability, so can't be fake outed, can't be flinched with that inner focus, and also can't be intimidated, which gives you the opportunity to go for howls and really strong Supercell Slam. I believe it's 95 base accuracy, could be 90, but 100 base power, so very strong there. Along with extreme speed, didn't even know it got that move, but yeah, you go for Howl, you boost those moves up, and then go for maybe even a Terra Electric, and then you're doing really incredible damage with your electric type moves. You also can set up electric terrain to further boost your own Supercell Slam, but you can also set it up for Raging Bolt, so your rising voltages are doing a ton of damage. You also have electric terrain to set up the Iron Leaves, set up its electric seed, the Quark Drive special attack boost, and just or actually attack boost, and make that Pokemon that is usually kind of lackluster in damage start to go a little bit crazy. So Psyblade's a pretty cool move where in the electric terrain it actually boosts in base power from, I believe it is the 80 base power to 120, so that combined with the Quark Drive means you're doing a ton of damage, and a lot of people don't even know about this move, so you will surprise a lot of them. Outside of that, it is a Terra Normal with Quick Attack, which can kind of surprise some people that are expecting to live the next turn after taking the heavy Psyblade. Sacred Sword, just generally strong coverage move, and Taunt can be very useful against Trick Room teams, which would otherwise cause this team some trouble. Amoonguss as well can be a little bit annoying. Blaziken's very cool. With the Sunny Day on the Thundurus, you can boost the power of Temper Flame. You also have Rock Slide, which is prone to miss and give you opportunities to go for your double power Temper Flame. And you have Upper Hand, which is interesting. That's your only fighting type move, but it does cause your opponents to think twice about locking into extreme speed, Sucker Punch, things like that. And also, if it fails, you do have the opportunity to go for that Temper Flare. It is Clear Amulet, Terrafire, a lot of offensive Terras on this team, I'm noticing, kind of cool there. The Kingambit does take advantage of Intimidates that people, like if you try and intimidate this team, it's kind of useless against everything but the Iron Leaves, so that is a cool note about this team. It is a Terraflying Kingambit, so any Pokemon going for, like thinking they can go for the fighting type to beat the Kingambit, not going to do as well. It also is able to tear out of its ground weakness, which is really nice. I'm surprised there's no Low Kick or even Terra Fighting against something like the Incineroar usage. That could be a cool counter set, but you are doing decent damage with the Iron or the Terraflying Terra Blast, so I guess that makes sense there. Thundurus is the last Pokemon on the team, and it's kind of just like trying to glue everything together. The Thunderbolt, Terra Electric, just like, again, another offensive type that also functions pretty well as a defensive type, shedding your Ice and Rock weaknesses for just the ground weakness, basically losing that immunity, which isn't that common in the metagame, so definitely a fair trade there. Taunt, more for things like Sunny Day, Rain Dance from Tornadus, just having the option to taunt those. They usually don't carry that move, so taunting Whimsicots, etc., things that aren't in Psychic terrain that Iron Leaves would otherwise want to be taunting at the normal priority bracket. Sunny Day, as mentioned, pairs really well with Raging Bolt and Blaziken, and Electric Terrain pairs really well with Raikou, Iron Leaves, and Raging Bolt. So there's a lot going on in this team. I think we're just going to go into the battles and figure it out for ourselves. But if you enjoy the videos, please subscribe to the channel. With all that being said, let's get into the battles now. Well, really cool team from my opponent. They have Metagross, Porygon 2, Amoonguss, Incineroar, Fluttermane, and Urshifu. Definitely something to be worried about. It could be Shadow Ball P2 plus Weakness Policy on the Metagross. That would be interesting. We do have Taunt for Virizion, and I think, or not Virizion, Iron Leaves. I do think that's quite strong against a lot of their Pokemon outside of the... this is interesting, actually. This is very interesting, actually. We could Sunny Day. We could lead with Torn. Goggles handles... I guess I don't really care for Sunny Day that much, right? Oh, actually, Blaziken's actually quite strong with Sunny Day here. I'm going to go with that, actually. I'm going to go Blaziken. Not in the lead, but if I can get Sunny Day up, that's definitely valuable. No, Incineroar P2 is just too safe for them, I think. I'm going to go with this option. I can see Blaziken being very good here. I don't really anticipate it being that strong overall. I want to get Electric Terrain up, and I think I will go with my most bulky Pokemon. Blaziken was tempting. I was like, if I could use a normal superpower or something instead of Upper Hand, I would go for it. If it was Flare Blitz, I could just get Sun up, get the boosts up, beat the Flutter Mane with Flare Blitz, beat the Metagross with Flare Blitz, P2, Amoonguss, Incineroar, all beaten by the stabs, and then the Urshifu I can just position my my Raging Bolt on the field, but otherwise, without the consistent damage, I'm going to not go with that option. Okay, it is Raikou. Oh, I am doubly weak to U-turns, aren't I? That's annoying. That's very annoying. Okay. I think I'm going to double switch potentially here. I don't really want to just eat this hit. That is a detriment of the Iron Leaves for sure. If I set up Electric Terrain, how good am I though? You know? Probably pretty good. Would they Surging Strikes here? Maybe. I feel like it's a U-turn, you know? Making a read here. I think they're Scarf, they're going to U-turn and not Surging Strikes. If they Surging Strikes, then I had a safe double switch. But my expectation here was a potentially U-turn out into Amoonguss or something, and then just Spore me. But I think that's a pretty passive position, and if I set up the... Okay, it's going to be Amoonguss. Yep, that's why we went for the Electric Terrain before the Trick Room went up, so very happy with how that turn played out. Played it pretty much exactly as we expected. Ice Beam, totally fine. Yeah, they were maybe trying to catch a switch in there. Unfortunately, they could freeze me here, but they do not. Super nice. I think I can start going for Howls, though, which is really appreciated. I could go for Terra Blast to knock out the Amoonguss, but I don't want to give them a Terra Electric, or I don't want to give them Electric Thunderbolt. I don't want it to be super effective, and I don't want it to be in terrain, essentially. They are going for Rage Powder. That is why we went for Howl. We could have gone for Extreme Speed, but the damage was going to be pretty pitiful regardless. We are setting up the super strong Kingambit. They're going for Terra Blast, so that is normal. That is kind of a lot of damage. And outspeeding the Kingambit, so they can't really set up Trick Room. They are a Rocky Helmet, which is annoying. Let's see, though. Is E-Speed a knockout? Almost certainly no, right? I kind of want to get Thunderclap on the field. That makes sense to me. Super Cell Slam. Is that a knockout? Probably. I might go another Howl. We could knock out the Amoonguss, honestly, with this, so I'm going to go for that. They are switching the P2, which is why we doubled into that slot. What are you giving me? Either giving me Amoonguss or you're giving me the Urshifu here. 95% chance we just got him this turn. Oh, no. Okay, that's super bad. That is brutal. That's so upsetting. Okay. We do still do a lot of damage. E-Speed's not going to get it, though, I don't think. That's super annoying. We had that knockout, but it is what it is. I think we can E-Speed them fairly safely. And if they target into my Raikou... Would they Rage Powder here? They probably would Rage Powder. Might not, though. If they lock in Surging Strikes, that's fine. I think we go into this and we lock into Extreme Speed. Unfortunately, we only got one Howl off, but I think this is fine. Yeah, that Supercell Slam miss was bad, but that's what the move does. That is the secondary effect, right? Could have just gone Wild Charge and taken that knockout guaranteed. We get the defense boost up here now, so that's good. Activating the attack boost and the defense boost here. So they are going for a Terra of some sort. What kind of Terra are they going for? Is it Water Terra? I feel like you don't go for that unless you're attacking into the Virizion, the Iron Leaves. So we Extreme Speed. We could have gone for a... Yeah, they Rage Powder, so Sucker Punch, Extreme Speed would have been wrong there. They tried to make the maximum coverage Surging Strikes, but we do at least switch in a resistance here. We could have switched in a 4 times resistance, but this will suffice, I think. Given we can knock it out with a Extreme Speed, Psyblade next turn, we do live that hit. Well, E-Speed's going to be close, but I think we have a knockout. Terra Normal, of course, not going to be very good. They might have been Sin at this point. That's of concern for sure. Could be an issue. I don't think we switch though. Probably just Psyblade you and Extreme Speed. They do switch out, okay. They thought that was a knockout. I think it was pretty close, but who's it gonna be? It's going to be Flutter Mane. Okay, that's interesting. Good Protect. How does that complicate things a fair bit? Probably. I think we can still double tap the Amoonguss slot with E-Speed. Do they have a knockout with Dazzling Gleam? If they're specs, most likely, yeah. This is where I would like it to be maybe a speed booster on this one. Yeah, missing that Supercell was really, really bad, but can't complain for forever. Just gotta accept it. I think we might have a KO with the Psyblade. I mean, we don't have a KO, but we might get close. How fast is your Flutter Mane? Like, what's the value of a wild Supercell charge here? If I hit and KO the Flutter Mane, enormous. If I don't, how valuable is Extreme Speed into either the Amoonguss or the Backmon? Would you be like max speed Flutter on this team? I don't know. You could be running pretty slow, but... I think I'll just take the damage. Rocky Helmet knocking me out would be bad, though. I'm gonna go for it. They switch out, so E-Speed into that other slot would have been better here, I think. Yep, P2. That would have been decent damage, but nothing crazy, I don't think. We still have our Terra left. They're going for download and getting the... It didn't even say. Yeah, we did outspeed. Okay. Very glad I went for that play. I was looking at the team, I was like, Trick Room, like, you don't really benefit from the Speedy Bees that much. Like, you do some, but not too much. And yeah, very cool. At this point, they have Amoonguss and Porygon. I think setting up Trick Room is more of a detriment to them, so I don't have to taunt them. And E-Speed, the Urshifu's in range of, so we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. They're going to go into Amoonguss, fair. I can Psyblade that. I think I'm going to go for the Psyblade Electric Terrain play, I think. They have gone for the Terra. Ice Beam will do a little bit. What boost did they get? I'm pretty sure it was attack. Yep, no special attack. That's pretty bad. That's not good at all. Okay. What I'm actually going to do is Howl. No, I have to set up Electric Terrain for sure. Let's go Electric Terrain. I don't want to get spored. but I think I should target into the P2. What's stronger? 120 times 90, 180. Yeah, I think this is stronger. They protect the Amoonguss, so couldn't have side-bladed that. Maybe it's stronger to go for a Supercell Slam into the Porygon plus the Sacred Sword, but I didn't want the Amoonguss to Rage Powder, do anything funky, go for Spores. That's really the only way I think I could lose, is if their Amoonguss puts me on a Spore train. Sacred Sword, doing a good chunk, but nothing crazy. And then they go for Terra Blast, trying to take this knockout onto the Raikou finally. But the max speed Raikou beating the Flutter Mane, they're definitely not going to forget that speed tier for a while. At this point, we can just go into our Thunderclapper, Psyblade the Amoonguss, Thunderbolt the P2, and I think that should wrap it after a pretty close game. Rising Voltage, yeah, no, nothing's tanking this. Yeah, they cancel. So with some unconventional teams, unconventional sets, honestly the Raikou has been very, very impressive. Like, it completely bulldozed that battle over, just giving me everything I needed against the Amoonguss, and it was all contingent on that first turn where they didn't bite into it, but very, very happy with how that battle progressed. The Raikou just made things super, super cool. It felt like the perfect Pokemon at every moment in the battle. All right, we have Superior, Incineroar, Archaludon, Tornadus, Flutter Mane, and Urshifu. Pretty strong team from them, very consistent. The Superior is definitely the oddball out. I kind of like the Kingambit a lot, actually, against everything, but the Archaludon, it seems excellent with the Terra Blast option, so I just have to cover that pretty well, I'd say. Unfortunately, don't really know how best to approach that. Yeah, that could be annoying, for sure. There could be Rain Dance, I have to keep that in mind as well. I think I kind of want to set up maybe Quark Drive, Iron Leaves, that could be something. Doesn't seem that good though. This could be interesting actually. Kingambit plus this one, and then maybe Iron Leaves, Raikou, Blaziken in the back. Okay, I didn't want Blaziken, I actually wanted the Iron Leaves and Raikou. So we've got a lot of defensive overlap on this team. That's just the virtue of having Raikou and the Raging Bolt, which are pretty similar Pokemon in a lot of ways. How our trainer cards have the same face, cute. So they are leading with the Urshifu and the Flutter Mane, which is fair enough. But I do feel pretty happy with how that bears for me. I think I can fairly, well, it's interesting. They're a speed booster, but I think, unless they're a defensive Terra on that Urshifu, we should just have Iron Head on them. Right? Iron Head, Thunderclap. Does Thunderclap not work if they Aqua Jet? Is not ready an attack. Actually don't know. Does Thunderclap fail on Urshifu if they don't attack? They're not readying an attack. Is that the same text for Sucker Punch? It might be. I think they can Aqua Jet me pretty freely here. But if they do that, then they aren't going for close combat. So I think I'm fine with that trade. I think I'm going to go Iron Head, not overthink it, Thunderclap the Urshifu. If they're Focus Sash, got me. If they're not, cool. But I might have gone for a Terra erroneously here. We're going to get an Iron Defense on that guy, which is going to be good damage, but they double switch, okay. They acknowledge pretty weak lead, and they're going to take a pretty proactive switch and do a ton of damage back. So if I'd not kowtowed, it would have been pretty solid into the Archaludon, but didn't go for that. We are burning our Terra for, I think, pretty little benefit, actually, but it is what it is. Happens. Now they can go for a Stellar Terra against me, unfortunately. And I think I'm giving them Body Press damage on their Archaludon, which is super annoying. It'd be good if I knew that, but unfortunately I do not. Oh, they don't have that. They don't go for that at least, so That is interesting. I kind of want to go for a... What should I set up here? I could set up the Raikou Iron Leaves combo late game. That seems like it'd be very good, actually, if I can do that. They've lost their booster energy on the Flutter. That's cool. I think I kind of want to kowtow you. I feel like I should Sucker Punch this, right? Because Kowtow's not going to do that much more, and I'd rather get it hit off before it goes for that. This Serperior, it's maybe a bad call leaving it a turn to go for a Leaf Storm or a Terra Stellar Terra Blast into my Kingambit, but they're not going for that. I think they might be Leaf Storming me. Yeah, we go Sucker Punch, we get that off. It does good damage for sure. And they go for Leaf Storm right into my Pokemon there, which is all good. They do go for Electro Shot. Let's see if they're Power Herb. We are Assault Vest, so I think that's fine. Yeah, they were Power Herb, so that's fine. I think we honestly... Oh, okay. That's super fine. That's very interesting play from them. Sucker Punch I don't think is a knockout, but that's fine by me. I could reasonably just go Kowtow into you. Thunderclap? Also into you? I should probably Thunderclap you, huh? You know... Should I switch into the Virizion? That'd be interesting. Probably not yet. Let me see my speed. I think I do need to hit this Serperior, like, soon. Kowtow into you, and then... Draco Meteor, probably a knockout. They double up on me. If they do that, that's fine. I think I just want the damage. They're going to Terra on one of their Pokemon here. Probably the Stellar at this point. They wasted too much of a turn last turn. Hopefully we put them in range of a Sucker Punch here. I think it's going to be pretty close, but I would honestly expect it. Serperior not really known for its bulk. It has some if you EV correctly, but they are going for the Stellar Terra Blast into my Raikou. My Raging Bolt does about half, a little over half, and they get the boosts for that. Probably should have gone for a Thunderclap just to get the damage off, but I think them going to -2. Yeah, I should have gone for the Thunderclap to get the damage off, but I was a little hopeful they would maybe like go for some move where they don't lower their special attack, like go for that trade-off, but they don't go for it. Kowtow, I expect, is a Sucker Punch KO now. Okay, very good. I think this is kind of free reign to go for the Electric Terrain, get that up while we can, and then Sucker Punch. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I feel like if they had Body Press, they would have gone for it by now. Them not being Stamina is pretty good for us here. If they had been Stamina, Body Press, Assault Vest on that Archaludon, it would have been kind of annoying. Oh, interesting. Okay. Sucker Punch, no bueno against the Serperior. What did they go for, though? With the speed boost now from our Quark Drive, they go Glare. Okay. That's fair. Fair enough. Draco into the Raikou. I think we'll live another. Yeah, we will live the next one. And we will actually knock them out with Supercell Slam, I believe, which is cool. At this point, I do not want to mess around with my Kingambit on the field. It's a lock against the Fluttermane for the most part. But I do need to start dealing some damage. I think Supercell Slam should knock out the... Which is stronger? It's 130 in terrain plus stab. Yeah, this should be knocking out the Serperior. And I think they're probably going to Glare me, if I had to guess. Did I mess up those speed tiers? I might actually underspeed them. And they get the Glare off. If I get glared on my Virizion, the game goes super sideways. But the defense boost is definitely appreciated. What? Oh, did I get intimidated that last game? Oh my goodness, that's super bad. Okay. So Leaf Storming right into my Raikou. That's going to be a knockout almost certainly. Yikes, okay. Oh my god, I thought I was Speed Booster. I guess that last game where I got the Speed Boost, I must have been intimidated first. And I just didn't clock that because I was fully counting on getting boosted up there. And also knocking out the Superior, but that's neither here nor there at this point. I kind of have to target you. Whoa, how did my speeds line up on the Raikou? I can see if I was faster. 183. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to outspeed the Superior. I think it hits high speed stat. So I'm going to quick attack you and go for a Kowtow Cleave into you. Oh, that's super frustrating. Not getting the knockout there is pretty bad. I could have maybe... I mean, I'm just frustrated with the speed boost situation. Like, my first intuition when I got it in the first game I was using this was, okay, yeah, surely it would be a attack boosting one. But then it had the speed, and I was just like, okay, I guess that makes sense in some situations, but... Okay. If they're not Choice Scarf on the Urshifu, this is fine. If they are, it's looking pretty bad. Because they can just close combat me. Oh my goodness, okay. Would you be Choice Scarf? Maybe, maybe not. I think we just Psyblade regardless and hope you're not. They could Protect. If they do, I want to get an Iron Head off into that. I don't think I have to Sucker Punch. I think I only have to knock off the Urshifu and hope it's not Choice Scarf at this point. But the way they let it, the way they switched out immediately, they were not. And we go Psyblade, and with the attack boost we knock out. Okay. Big turnaround. And they go for the Draco. If this doesn't crit, feeling pretty good. Yeah, them lowering their special attack was pretty bad for them, but at this point it's fine. We can quick attack, knock you out, and then Iron Head knock out the Flutter, I believe. They're booster energy, so they aren't specs. They won't be doing that much to Assault Vest Kingambit. We can't Protect, so I think there's no reason not to go for that, and then we just Iron Head, and yeah, they don't Protect. Kind of weird they never protected, but I guess they just saw, okay, we just gotta get some damage off. We gotta get a crit Draco or something. There's the Dazzle, should be knocking out the... Oh, not a knockout, and then we do get the Iron Head finally, so... Yeah, it was a weird game. I think they had a lot more consistent offensive pieces, but we were able to position our defensive pieces well against them, and forced a lot of defensive play, and yeah, worked out. I do think it was a little odd. Like the speed, I can imagine like the speed boost being valuable in late games like that. So I wonder if you want to EV it to be that speed booster, but you might just lose out on a lot of defensive calc, so it might not be worth it. But yeah, in future games, definitely going to keep in mind that we cannot actually get the speed booster and close out games with essentially a Choice Scarfed Iron Leaves. All right, we have a superior team, so that could be Terra Stellar, Stellar Terra with the boosting on Contrary. We have Incineroar, Ogerpon, Chi-Yu, the Farigiraf, and Thundurus. I actually like Assault Vest Kingambit a fair bit here. With Howl Raikou could be pretty good. But I think I can output some damage pretty quick with that. But do I have the damage suppression I need? I'm not sure that I do. I could see Thundurus being cool with... Well, I don't want to set up Sunny Day, do I? I think beating the Farigiraf is priority number 1. I honestly think I could set up Psychic Terrain and do pretty well against them. Is Blaziken good here? Probably no, especially with Upper Hand just getting like stuffed. Yeah, I feel fine about these 4. I'm going to be a bit more proactive about using the Kingambit this game, I think. With Howl and Terra Blast, I should have a knockout on anything that isn't the Thundurus, honestly. Like, I threaten a ton of damage against them. So Thundurus plus the Superior, that's fine. I feel like Leaf Storm's coming out here, and I can go for a Terra Flying Blast. I don't have to Terra Flying Blast, actually. Kowtow Cleave is probably acceptable. with Howl. I think it is. I don't really have reason to open myself up to damage off them. They go Eerie Impulse, which is... Oh, okay, that makes sense, actually. Oh yeah, that's super obvious. I should have clocked that immediately. But yeah, we should have a knockout with... are they going to miss Leaf Storm? They miss into the... I think the Raikou. Yeah, they missed into the Raikou, so that's like annoying for them, but they just don't know I'm Focus Sash, so they weren't prepared for that. Yeah. That's annoying for them, but I am Focus Sash, so that it doesn't actually matter. But we do see the value of this this Raikou combination with the Kingambit. We are just doing crazy damage with the Howl. We don't even have to get the Intimidate off. We get the Kowtow Cleave. Everything's getting in range of Extreme Speed after the Kowtow. It's just like a pretty crazy combination. We haven't even expended the Terra yet, neither have they, but like, okay, whatever. We have Extreme Speed, we have Inner Focus. This is getting crazy, actually. I should just be able to go for a Terra Blast knockout. Do I have to, though? Giving myself Terra Flying, is that weak against anything? But I want Terra Electric against anything, or Terra Normal. Terra Electric, maybe. But I think the Terra Flying is just like so high value. Like if I can take a knockout. They might honestly forfeit this turn, it wouldn't surprise me. But this just means they can't Flare Blitz knock me out. They'd have to go for a Will-O-Wisp with the Incineroar and also outspeed me. Which I think this Kingambit might have like a couple EVs of speed. Oh no, Incineroar's default speed is 80 and Kingambit's is 70, so if they want to Will-O-Wisp me, they can. But they don't bother with Fake Out. This Raikou set's actually pretty impressive, I'll be honest. The Extreme Speed, it is basically just an Arcanine that can't get intimidated or Fake Outed, which is for sure pretty valuable. So now we're at +2 on this Terra Blast. We're taking out the Incineroar, I would expect. Or at least bringing it into range of a Supercell. God, such a bulky Pokemon. Incineroar. Like anything else in the metagame would not be able to tank that hit that well. And we got the last Pokemon. They still have not broken my Focus Sash, and it is the Ogerpon. That is not ideal for them. I think I can just double into this guy. With Supercell Slam, as long as I connect, we should be good. They cancel the battle just because, yeah, the Kingambit is way too threatening. I could have Sucker Punched the Ogerpon, but I think that... Yeah, I think Sucker Punch Supercell Slam was probably appropriate there, but the miss on the Leaf Storm kind of just felt like gravy. Setting up the Howl was all I really needed, I think, and after they missed the Leaf Storm, they didn't get to see that I was Focus Sash, but because I was, like, I just wasn't stressed about that battle. We could have cleaned stuff up with Quick Attack just as easily on the Iron Leaves, so that is all fine by my accounts. By my accounting, I think that miss didn't matter too much. Whoa, we got Mono Ice almost from my opponent. Milotic and Chandelure are the only exceptions. They have Glaceon, Ninetales, Chandelure, Mamoswine, Milotic, and Baxcalibur. We got Sunny Day. That feels pretty good, but the Thundurus being a flying type against all those other Pokemon, not so good. So, I think Kingambit's pretty strong overall. Could set up Electric Terrain. For this guy, I could go like Sunny Day Electric Terrain turn 1, but that's a little weird. I could honestly see Rock Slide spam being good on this one. Yeah, I might go that direction. I think that's actually interesting. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to bring Kingambit, defensively very strong against all their ice types except for Mamoswine. And last Mon, I think I will go with... Raikou is interesting and compelling. I think I will go with that just because having the option to beat the Milotic later in the game and also howl up my Sucker Punches and other strong attack moves on Kingambit seems of value to me. Yeah, the multiple ice types definitely susceptible to some blizzards here. I'm going to try and set up Sunny Day to minimize the chances of that though. Okay, Glaceon plus the Blaziken, that's fine. So they might be expecting Taunt, but no, I will be going for this. They're probably going to switch out into the Despite the obvious knockouts with Temper Flare onto maybe either of these Pokemon, I think Rock Slide's safer given the Chandelure could switch in. I don't want to give it Flash Fire. Because once I Terra with the Assault Vest, I will be tanking hits decently well. They don't switch out, so we will only be getting out a normal Rock Slide here. They do just launch off a Blizzard here, connect into the Torn. Thankfully, in Sun, Blizzard cannot freeze. If you didn't know that, freeze is a weather-dependent condition, and we do flinch that little guy. We are boosting now. We're starting to look pretty good in that regard. No real value from setting up our Electric Terrain, I don't believe. How fast is this? I don't think I'll outspeed them. I might go Temper Flare. They're so likely to switch, I feel like. I kind of like Temper Flare Thunderbolt into that, though. I could see Milotic coming in on or Chandelure. Oh, what? Okay. That's pretty funny. I guess they only brought their Blizzard Pokemon. Did not bring the Chandelure, Mamoswine, or the Milotic because they were just scared of the Blaziken. Fair enough. Yeah, Surprise Sunny Day, definitely effective there, but I would have loved to see Blaziken get a bit more playtime. Haven't been able to bring it that effectively in most of the matches, and the one time we're actually crushing with it, they forfeit early. Okay, opponent has a pretty interesting Pokemon selection here. They have Serperior, Lucario, Magnezone, Flygon, Arcanine, and Vaporeon. Serperior with the Stellar Terra type is definitely kind of threatening. I'm wondering what I should go for here. Intimidate, definitely a concern, but I am a little worried about the Lucario's presence. I think getting locked in against the Magnezone could be a little annoying with Magnet Pull. They could Body Press me or Thunderbolt me, depending on if I Terra'd or not. But I could see being pretty good against the Arcanine, honestly. I think I might go for the Raikou. That'd be interesting. Maybe not, though. They can intimidate me, that's for sure. I'm kind of leaning towards the Quark Drive selection, though, or the Quark Drive damage from the Iron Leaves. Let's just get that going. I think I'll probably go for Electric Terrain pretty quick. So I also want the Thunderclap damage late game against the pretty much everything, actually. And I'm not covering the Flygon or the Magnezone very well, so I think I should have the Kingambit with the Terra option to do that. Well, I guess I'm not doing well against the Magnezone with that, but it was more the Flygon that I was trying to target, and I think Kingambit does pretty exceptionally with the Terra against that. They lead with the Arcanine and the Flygon, so we would have been right to lead with the Kingambit, but that's okay. We are getting the Raikou cooking here. I want to get Electric Terrain moving right away. And, oh, I actually cannot go for Protect. That is unfortunate. Did not consider that. Yeah, they have a pretty free Earthquake if they want it. I think I do kind of have to go for the Psyblade, though. I'm going to see if I can knock out the Flygon. I don't think I will, because I'm at -1. But we do get the Electric Terrain up. We are at least knocking down the Flygon into range of a Sucker Punch or an Extreme Speed, which is a value I'd expect. And we are boosting our... It's speed boosting, okay. Would have expected it to be attack boosting, but that's why you check the EVs before the battle. And we were boosting the defense. I really would have expected it to be attack boosting, but we are going for the Psyblade. With the attack boost, I think it would have been close to a knockout, but not quite. And to me, it looks like they expected my Pokemon to be special attackers, but that is not the case. They go Tailwind, okay, so the speed boost might actually be of value here. I think I'm going to go for Extreme Speed into you, and honestly Quick Attack seems good to me. Like if I just really do not want to lose my Raikou if I just miss the KO for some reason and then they knock me out with a Flare Blitz or a Flamethrower onto my Iron Leaves. That's the intent behind this play. Even though it is pretty high commitment, I feel reasonably okay about it. Well, Raikou has that Thousand Eye Stare, Jesus. So we do get the Extreme Speed off. It's not a knockout, but we did cover that with a Quick Attack, thankfully. Maybe could have gone for Psyblade. It didn't matter in this case, but if we were able to pick up that knockout, I just wasn't sure about the speed tiers. I'd expect Yeah, it was Heat Wave, so we would have been knocked out, or pretty close to it on the Virizion, at the Iron Leaves. That's kind of what I don't love about these Future Paradox Pokemon, is they do look just so similar. Like there is, like obviously thematically the Future Paradox Pokemon all kind of look the same as the newer ones, or as the old ones. Like the old ones look way more distinct than the Future Paradox Pokemon, but these ones just like look like robot versions, like very explicitly. There's not a lot of differentiation between them and the Swords of Justice guys. So Serperior is in. I don't really worry about it in terms of a damage output level. I kind of want to Supercell Slam this guy and go for a Psyblade into the Serperior if it lets me. They go for a Leaf Storm and it is going to miss, which is very appreciated. Pretty sure whatever it would have targeted would have gotten a knockout with a combination of Heat Wave. Actually, just almost certain it would have. But we do not deny them that, and we go for the Supercell Slam, doing a ton of damage with a critical hit. I think they probably would have lived, but would have been in range of an Extreme Speed if I had to guess. I think I'm going to bring in... I'm going to bring in this guy because I want to go for the Rising Voltage and see how much it does on something. It is Lucario. I should probably prioritize knocking that out. I'm honestly just going to like see how much this does. I really think it might even knock out the Serperior. Probably going for a Tera is unwise against a Lucario with Kingambit in the back, but I don't know. I want to see how much this does. Stellar Tera, fair enough. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, if they had gotten the special attack boost, I'd be pretty sure they would knock out my my Raging Bolt here, so this was definitely a misplay on my behalf. His Terra Blast is now a 120 base power move that is super effective into my Raging Bolt. And I guess they are going for the contrary boost, but yeah, that is going to be pretty dicey if it knocks out. Okay, it doesn't, and I think we might live a close combat. It's a pretty bulky Pokemon. We'll see. Bulldoze. Okay. That's a little weird. It's a little crazy. Getting a little wild with it. Is it oh, it is raising the speed of the Serperior. That's a really cool combination, actually. Get a little wild with it. I do think this has a chance to knock out the Serperior, though, straight up. Yeah, we do. Yeah. F your resistances, dude. That's so crazy. Yeah, now I think we can kind of just go into... They have Tailwind down. We can Thunderclap you. If they're Extreme Speed, that would be annoying. Unfortunately, I don't have Upper Hand to cover for that. Yeah, that is kind of bad. Iron Head, Thunderclap seems to be my only way out, though. If they have Extreme Speed, they got me. Straight up. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I definitely should have been preserving the Kingambit Tera, but I was just like, what could they possibly do? And turns out, after missing the Leaf Storm, they still had a way to win with Extreme Speed, Bullet Punch. It's not a knockout, but it's close. This is kind of a read here because I don't think they knock me out, truthfully. Oh, no, it's not really a lead. It's not really a read because they take so much from Iron Head, actually. Okay, Kowtow Cleave should actually knock them out, so I think I'm just going to go Thunderclap. Yeah, they protect, fair enough. Trying to get a read on what my play will be. But I think given the damage output we just saw, I guess Mach Punch could be something from them. But unless we very much high-rolled that Iron Head, I think we should have a knockout with Kowtow here. That does look like just a hair above. Just one hair above 50%. Yep, they go for the Bullet Punch. And it doesn't knock out, which I think guarantees the win. If they had been Extreme Speed, we would have been in some trouble. Because they could have gone for the Extreme Speed the previous turn. It probably would have knocked me out. Oh, we actually didn't knock out. So we still could have lost if they had high rolled or crit. But I don't think there's a way to lose the game now. Definitely made it dicey for myself, though. I do have to, like, usually have a pretty good estimate on like what exactly are the losing conditions in a game. Or at least in a best of one setting, I'm like, okay, if they have this, I probably lose, but if they have anything else, I'm fine. I haven't really integrated Stellar type into that calculus yet, and I do need to, because like otherwise there's no way for the Superior to win. Like it can't do enough damage against the against me unless they're like Terra Ground, which seems pretty unlikely. But Stellar Terra type, like that is just going to be the most common Terra on Superior because of the synergy between Contrary, lowering the attack and special attack, but actually boosting it for Superior. So yeah, need to start getting up to speed on those sort of interactions too, so I can make a bit better plays in best of one closed team sheet. So that will do it for our battles today, featuring this Raikou Raging Bolt Sunny Day Electric Terrain with Iron Leaves team. Very, very cool. I didn't even mention the Blaziken. There's a lot going on here. It's a very cool team. At the intro of the video, I said I could not find the creator of this team. I'll try and update that in the description and the comment section. Once I do, it is a very incredible team. You should definitely follow whoever created it. I have the description updated with the PokePaste, featuring all the EV spreads. Of course, the rental code is in the top right and the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. With all that being said, peace y'all.